Good morning, good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome, welcome. Today is an amazing subject. Today we're talking about lack, feeling of lack. I don't know whether, oh, just a second. I don't know why it ever happened to you, but I think a lot of people experience this. When you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm 35, I'm not married, or my friend just got an amazing present from somebody and I didn't, or I could have moved more in my career by now, something like that. So this feeling of lack, like you're missing out in life, like there is not enough, or like you didn't. Like you are not really where you're supposed to be by this age, and this is what we're talking today about this feeling and how to get rid of it, because obviously you can't live like this. Nobody can, and nobody should. Why? Because if you will live in this constant state of lack, you will focus on lack, and this is what you will be finding, more and more of lack. So you will proceed in your career. You will get like a promotion, but then you will be like, wow, but this is not enough. So you will never truly enjoy life if you will constantly be living in lack. And I will tell you where it's coming from, what energies are more are more open to feeling lack, and how to basically overcome it. So I can tell you that I, for the most part, don't have this feeling at all, feeling of lack. Why? Because I was able to work with myself and I was able to fix. I will tell you how I did it, and you will do it as well. Now, was it easy? No, because I lived with feeling of lack for some time. And it was with anything. It doesn't have to be particularly something material. It could be something inside. Like, for example, I have a couple clients who are like, nobody loves me or something. So there is a lack that nobody really loves them or whatever. Or the lack of probably material possessions. That's very kind of popular in our society, especially if your friends are somewhat successful. If they have a house or something, you feeling like like I'm lacking. And I even had this conversation with my brother a long time ago, and I told him that Monica, that it's you will always be missing out if you will not learn how to get rid of this feeling. The funny thing is, though, at that time I was not a Reiki master, a Reiki practitioner. We were just talking because we were just talking as two siblings, basically. But it made me think. It made me think of where enough is enough, because I worked before with very wealthy people. I work now with very wealthy people, and a lot of them do have this feeling of lack. No matter of how much love they are, how much material possessions they have, they do still feel lack, because it's a pattern. You see, you can try all you want, but until you will switch the pattern, it will constantly be in your life. So how does it start? I will tell you. No, not like that. Feeling of lack, in a nutshell, is always energy outside our aura. That's what it is. Why we're feeling lack? Because we feel like there is not enough energy to fulfill our aura. We're missing the energy, and then that kind of feeling is projected outside. Like, for example, when sometimes I wake up, I'm a pretty conscious person. I obviously, I'm very optimistic, very positive, like everything is perfect, and for the most part. But sometimes I wake up and I have this feeling of lack. Why? Because sometimes, we all have dreams. I have this crazy dream or something, and then I wake up and I'm feeling empty, feeling like something is missing. Why? Because my energy is outside. My energy is in that dream somewhere far away. I'm feeling lack, not because I don't have enough, but I could not feeling like, okay, so my energy just left my left the building. Let me see how I can replace it. No, I started feeling like, oh my God, I'm 40 years old. Maybe I should start doing something more serious. Maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I should go back to my career or something like that. Or maybe I should get married again. So you see, the lack is of my energy is lacking. but I'm start feeling about something material. And that's how everybody is. In a nutshell, feeling of lack is always not enough energy in the aura. You don't have enough energy in your aura, you don't have enough energy to support you. And that's why you're feeling lack. Now, but how does it happen? Because like basically like feeling of security is, we always have it. We're supposed to have it. We were born with the aura full of energy, and we're supposed to have it all the time. Now, that's what happened. It happens in childhood as well, and this is how it happens usually. It's usually our parents who don't want to make who don't want to spoil us, who want us to be kind of good selfless children, and they push us to do more and more and more to be validated. So, for example, your parents praise you when you're behaving good, right? So they left you with your grandparents, and your grandparents, oh my God, Anastasia was such a good child, and they're like, oh, good job, Anastasia. So next time I'm with my grandparents, I know I have to be on my best behavior because I want my parents to be impressed. You see. And for example, I'm going to school and I'm praised by my classmates. Anastasia, you have such a beautiful dress, and I feel like they're liking me more because I have such an amazing dress. So I start I want to get more fancy dresses, so I will get into this good feeling of, oh, I was praised and I'm accepted because I have this dress. You see, it always starts though in the family, somewhere over there. So people, it's like your closed ones are giving you some kind of validation only when you're something, when you are presenting something. So it's either you are super fashionable, or you are super good, or you have a good grades or something like that. So you start believing that for me to impress somebody, I have to have something extra, something outside. But it sounds strange. But when you're trying to look for something outside, you're missing the energy inside. You see, and now you're missing the energy inside. You will always look outside. If you will get the energy inside, you will never have the feeling of lack at all. And if you think that you will stop being ambitious, you're mistaken. I could say I'm pre-ambitious. I mean, I could have settled for living somewhere in a very like peaceful kind of not very expensive place, yet I live in probably the most expensive place in the world. And I do love comfort. I do love good experiences. I do love material things. So you will not lose ambitions. You will find the peace inside of you, and then those ambitions will kind of find you. You see, instead of you searching for them. Now, feeling of lack is mostly the most kind of the most prominent in people energy of fire and people energy of earth, and I will explain you why. People energy of fire, and if you notice, if you know those people, they're constantly looking for validation. They're constantly looking for somebody. Like they're driven by their ego. They are very envious people, and they I wouldn't say that it's in a bad way, but they do compare themselves a lot. Why? Because when they were children, they wanted the validation of the parents, and the parents were not giving them validation unless they would do something. And so they grew up like this. I know I have a lot of clients, energy of fire. I also have a lot of admirers, energy of fire. I know how they feel. I can assure you that. Now, energy of water doesn't often have the feeling of lack. Why? Because they're like this. They're like, oh, okay, whatever. Today I'm rich, tomorrow I'm not. I don't really care. Energy of air doesn't have the feeling of lack much because they usually they have their ideas. They're driven by ideas. So these are, I think, the least energy that has any kind of feeling of lack because they're pretty self-sufficient with themselves and their ideas. They are not attachable to anything. And if you notice, people energy of air, they don't really compete with anybody. They hardly ever go after fashions and anything like that. Now, people energy of earth tend to have feeling of lack, and I will tell you why also. It's trauma. Usually they're pretty self-sufficient, but they have a particular plan in their life, and if they are not meeting those kind of deadlines, they start feeling of lack. Why? Because they were brought up with the feeling of with the feeling of particular achievements at all times. So when the achievements stopped coming, they start feeling lack. For example, and I know people energy of Earth, quite a few of them. As I said, they are very compatible with me. So I have a lot of friends. They have like this 5-year plan, 10-year plan, and if it doesn't, if they don't accomplish certain things, it's like they're living by accomplishments. They start to panic. They start having feeling this lack. So if they, for example, they have a plan, okay, in 5 years I'm getting married, in 10 years I have 2 kids, and then it didn't happen, it really weighs heavily on them. Now, why is it, from an energetic standpoint, why is it energy of earth and energy of fire? So energy of earth, all the energy is basically situated in the root chakra. So they're grounded, they don't see nothing above their head. You see, they're so focused on their plans that they don't really see what they already have. They don't have no excitement, no gratitude. You see, the energy is not balanced. And the energy of fire is having this lag because all the energy is saturated in the third chakra. So they believe if they need to remove this feeling of lack, they need to go and get something. So you see, the energy should be in the second chakra, in the first, in the third, in the fourth. But all of their energy is in the third. And third chakra is basically our actions. This is what we do outside. So energy of fire believes if I want something, I have to go and get it instead of start feeling it inside of them. So it's just basically a sign of unbalanced energy, as I said. Because it's unbalanced, it's basically not harmoniously within your aura. You see? And usually it's outside your aura because you're looking for something outside. Look, if I will wake up and all my energy is in the third chakra, I feel anxious. I don't feel no pleasure. I don't feel no love. So now what I do, I feel all anxious, right? I go somewhere outside maybe to get this anxiousness out. So I need to get the pleasure and love that I'm missing. So what do? I'm going to the cafe. I'm getting myself a croissant or something sweet. I'm eating it. I feel a little calm, a little pleasure in me. I feel accomplished. The feeling of lack is gone. Then the blood sugar will drop again. This feeling of lack. What do I do next? I'm going shopping. I will probably buy something. I start online shopping. And like this, it's like always running after when the feeling is supposed to be generated inside. That's why with my ladies, energy of fire, I always tell them you need to meditate. And if you didn't watch the video on the woman energy of fire, please do. So, but feeling of lack could be in anybody. I am dominantly woman energy of water, and I still had a lot of feeling kind of lack. Again, not because my parents were kind of installing that I'm supposed to be something. It's more like a society was. My parents really didn't care much. They were both energy of air, so they didn't care. I mean, I was always a good kind of child, but I understood that if I want my parents' attention, I need to be extraordinary, and so that's what I was doing. The society, of course, was pressuring, that you need to get good grades, you need to participate in all the school Olympics and this and that. So. But that was that's my issue, and I was able to get rid of it. Again, I didn't lose any kind of spark or any kind of ambition with the feeling of lack. It became easier, and I hope that today it will become easier for you. So the feeling of lack is not necessarily about feelings. It could be material possessions. So you're always comparing yourself. Is my bag good enough? Comparing to my peers. Is my car good enough? Also. Is my clothes expensive enough or something? Could be also particular status. So am I married? Am I a mother? Do I have a good career? So something like that. It could be also achievements. So a feeling of lack within achievements. So you're already a mom, you already have kids, but now your kids are not really as bright, and you're feeling that you're failing as a mother, which is so like not enough achievements, and then you like could be constant comparing yourself, not necessarily like I said, constant comparing yourself to others and to societal standards. Like me, thankfully, I didn't much compare myself to others because I always had people from different kind of backgrounds, different. The poor people, wealthy people. So you can't really compare yourself because everybody is so different. but I did compare myself to the overall societal standards, and I believe that that maybe I'm behind on certain kind of um, deadline. So this could be all of this. The root is always the same. It's lack of energy, unbalanced energy, and usually energy outside your aura. So it starts with unbalanced energy. It's basically it's lacking energy in particular energy fields, and then it goes outside and looking for something outside when it should look for it inside. Always the same reasoning. So it could be different kind of the feeling of lack could be differently expressed in your life, but the reason is always the same. So it's always the same, trying to find something that you're supposed to find inside. Listen, if you will not heal your energy, you will never get rid of this feeling of lack. You will always run to buy a car, and then somebody has had a yacht, and then you'll be like, okay, so I need to buy a yacht. You'll buy a yacht. Somebody has a bigger yacht. Somebody has a private plane. How long are you going to be running like this until you will exhaust yourself? You're not developing. You're just basically trying to kind of to get ahead of somebody who doesn't really even care about it. All right, so um, dun, dun, dun. So how does it feel if you do have the feeling of lack for a long time? Usually, this is what you can start feeling: the constant inner criticism. If you have feeling of lack, you basically it's like your inner parent is constantly criticizing your inner child. Why? Because the energy is out. So both of them are feeling lack, and they're like fighting. It's like two of you are fighting constantly. Your child is basically not happy inner child, and your inner parent is trying to push the inner child to do something, but there's no motivation. So if you're open to criticism and it's constant, like not once in a while but constant, this is what you do. You have feeling of lack. Me, even if I do something completely out of against any societal standards, I always support myself. So frankly, as long as it doesn't harm anybody, I really don't care. So another thing is the dissatisfaction, like a constant dissatisfaction. I would say chronic dissatisfaction with your life. Like I said, sometimes I wake up and I feel this kind of, am I liking something in my life? Maybe I should be, maybe I should have a couple kids right now. Maybe I should start working on it right now, something. But for the most part, this comes and goes, maybe for a few minutes until I will get myself back together. But if you have like constantly, you're dissatisfied with everything in your life, for the most part, this is the feeling of lack is them. Another one that like a really really huge sign is envy and comparison. If you're like envious towards your friends, towards your peers, towards your colleagues, towards anybody really, your siblings, who knows, then if you are like comparing yourself all the time to them, this is a huge lack in your life. Also, I would say if you are lacking some kind of emotion, so you're always trying to get to be loved, maybe to be validated, you want to be praised, you want to feel success. This is also if you are constantly like in search for it, constantly, not once in a while, but like constantly, you need something like that. People energy of fire usually that. And another sign is this kind of sense that something is missing all the time. So you're all the time feeling like something is missing, like everything is good. You just went shopping, you bought yourself something, you're sitting and having a good lunch, maybe you're even with your friends, everything is just peachy, you're just enjoying your day, but yet you have this nagging feeling that something is missing, and you start looking for something, well, I wish I had a partner, I wish I had more money, I could have bought something more expensive, something. So if you have this feeling, any of this, then you do have the feeling of lack that needs to be addressed. And I put over here in bold letters, you won't be able to outrun yourself. The more you feel lack, the more you will get proof of lack. So if you want to get rid of lack, you need to stop focusing on lack, and I will tell you how to do that. But you will never be able to outrun your own mind. You see, once you start focusing on lack, that's it. It's you need to either stop right there, or your whole life will be just just a constant run. I was talking to a friend of mine from my childhood the other day, and her sister She's 3 years older than me, an overachiever, always running, trying to be something. She just had a stroke. I like I'm telling you, you could not, and everybody knows why that happened, because she was constantly running to trying to be a better version of herself in the society, in the eyes of the society. So she was not doing it for herself; she was doing it for somebody else. You see, so now the basically her energy stopped her. Now she needs to kind of to rethink her life. You see, so you need to get rid of this feeling of lack. It will not bring you to nothing. If you think that you will kind of stop at one point, you will stop at one point, but not the way you want to stop. So on the brighter side, let's talk about how to fix all this. And I fixed it, and some of my clients fixed it, some trying to fix it. But let me tell you how to do that, and then you will decide whether you want to do it or not. So first of all, you need to find the fear behind this lack. For example, if you feeling like, if I'm waking up and I'm like, um, shouldn't I go back to my career? Maybe I could become, I don't know who right now. Like, what is the fear? What am I fearing not being in that career? Or if I'm waking up and I'm like, shouldn't I be married again? Or shouldn't I have a couple kids? What is the fear? So there is always a fear. What is the fear? Am I, so what kind of fear could I have, right? Because, so somebody could have, well, people are looking at me strange because I don't have kids, or not really acceptable in the society. All my friends have kids, and when we go out, they speak about their kids, and I'm just sitting there, something like what? Or are you afraid that nobody will be taking care of you when you become older? Like, what's the fear? There must be fear behind that lack. Or, for example, you're comparing yourself to your friends, and your friends have amazing kind of bags, or huge bracelets, or rings, some jewelry, expensive jewelry, designer jewelry, and you maybe don't have that, right? So what is the fear? Are you afraid that they will compare and say, "Oh, you dating a poor guy, he could not afford"? Like, what are you afraid of? There must be fear, always fear. I guarantee you that there is always fear. Or if you believe that you are lacking in life, like you're missing out in life, what is the fear? What are you afraid that the time will run out and you won't be able to accomplish it? Like, there must be fear. Now, when you find the fear, you need to find the proof that you have that in your life. Or you need to give it to yourself. So this is how it is. So if I'm waking up and I'm thinking, maybe I should have a couple kids. Why don't I have a couple kids? So my fear, let's imagine, because I really don't even have this fear, but let's imagine, let me make up something. So my fear is nobody will take care of me when I will be, I think it's really sick, but let's imagine that when I will be elderly, there would be no company for me. Nobody will take care of me. Nobody will help me. So how to get rid of that fear? I basically will tell myself. So I need to find a proof. I will tell, well, if I have money, I really don't need anybody to take care of me. I mean, there is always a hired help. I can hire somebody to take care of me. Or I will always have my friends. I always have men, so somebody will like give me companionship, something like that. I'm making it up, because I really don't have feeling of lack. Oh, let's do the back kind of situation. So let's imagine that all my friends have expensive Hermeses, and I have a Pauline bag. And let's imagine I'm feeling that they will not, that they will stop hanging out with me because I could not, I do not have this kind of expensive bag, which I think is absolutely bizarre. I don't think anybody would kind of snob somebody because of the bag. But let's imagine. And so I'm afraid that they will stop socializing with me. So now I need to find a proof that there are people that are socializing with me and respecting me and basically value me, even though I have that bag. How much is Pauline bags? I think like 800 or something. So and I find that proof basically. So who could this be? Could be even the same friends. I mean, they're socializing with me for a reason. They know that I could not. That I could not want to have the Hermes bag, but they do accept me. I mean, we're still socializing. So you basically need to find the proof, or you need to give it to yourself. Often the fear is some kind of emotional feeling, either love, validation, pleasure, could be something like that. So if you are afraid that your friends will not accept you because you have a cheaper bag, I mean, so you are afraid of not being accepted. Now, you don't need to be accepted. You're already accepted. This is very masculine kind of thing, you see? You're looking for acceptance when you're already accepted. So you need to give it to yourself, the love and the pleasure and the acceptance and everything. But you need to find the proof. The proof must be there. It's always there. If you believe, like me, for example, when I was a child, I believed that if I don't have good grades, if I don't participate in every single Olympic, school Olympic that I was dragged into, I would not be, like my teachers would not like me, like I wouldn't be successful, something like that. It was nonsense, absolute nonsense. Because there were a couple of times when I couldn't participate in the Olympics because I couldn't. Just there was one time I was really not feeling well, another time I was prioritizing something else over it, and basically I couldn't, and nobody felt any different about me. So you need to find a proof. Then what you need to do, you also need to start working on your energy. You see, you finding the proof is a temporary fix. It's like with security, you buying yourself material things, you kind of fixing a little bit. So you need to you need to work on your energy, and this is where energy alignment comes in. This is what I'm doing for my clients. That's why they're after energy alignment, they're feeling much better, much confident. Why? Because I I balance their energy and I fill up their aura with pure energy. So, because their energy is somewhere else. Now, you don't need to do energy alignment with me, especially because I don't take too many people. I do it only once a month, so you can do it yourself. If you work on all your 7 centers, and I have videos for all of them, you will be able to align yourself. And it would be even more long lasting because you wouldn't depend on me. You would depend on yourself. Balanced energy is balanced life. If you're fully balanced, you will never feel lack. You see, I stopped having lack not because I worked on it. I did work on it, but before that, I stopped feeling lack when I became Reiki practitioner. You don't have to go through that. I mean, that's obviously takes a lot of dedication, a lot of work. I did it for different reasons, and I regret this. I'm Reiki master, but you don't need to do that. All you need to do is just work on your energy, balance your energy yourself. But when I became a Reiki practitioner, I started feeling less lack. Like I really, frankly, didn't care about what people think, how my life will be like that. I noticed that, like, I think 2 months into being Reiki practitioner, the first level, the 0 level. So you need to work on your energy. Your energy is important. You need to make sure all your energy stays within your aura, and you don't send messengers to look for something that you basically have inside of you. And usually it's some kind of feeling, either feeling of security, which was for me. So instead of me working on my feeling of security, I was working very hard outside to get the security for me, and I still didn't feel secure. If you didn't watch the security videos, do watch them. They were the previous 2 lives. Now, for somebody, it could be pleasure. This is the energy of fire, energy of earth, very much. They're running after this pleasure all over. They're ready to do anything just to get that little bit of pleasure. All they need to do is work on your second chakra. That's it. Nothing else. For people, for some people who lack like energy of water, like me, for somebody who lacks like determination, some kind of fire, they just need to work on their fire, the strength. For again, people energy of actually all energies, especially fire and earth, they need to also work on their love, on their heart chakra. If they will have love within them, self-love, they would never need anybody else to tell them that they are good or not good, because they already know that they're amazing. And the same, the 3 upper chakras for the vision, for the connection, for being able to speak for yourself. So if you will balance all your energies, you will never feel lack again. I guarantee you that. I did it for myself, and a couple of my clients obviously feel the same way, but they work. I work with their energies, they work with their energies. So it's it's not a negotiable. All right. So the next thing that I wanted to mention, it is a pattern. Just like with security and with anything else, feeling lack is a pattern, and you basically just need to change it and be patient with this. It takes time. Getting of the feeling of lack does take really long time. Why? Because you grow up feeling that you need to do something to be something, and now suddenly I'm telling you, no, you don't. It's inside of you, but your mind is still fixed on that pattern. You see, as soon as you will meet somebody, like if I will tell you, you don't need to do nothing for a man. He already likes you. If he invited you on a date, he's already impressed by you. You know, that's it. You don't need to do nothing. But if in your mind you always try to please somebody to kind of to earn love, it will be very hard for you to just sit back and enjoy the experience with him. So do understand that it takes time, and and be patient with yourself. It won't change right away. It takes time, and some people just revert back because they believe there is no progress. Now, something else that I wanted to mention, usually it's people energy of fire that are feeling lack. Why? Because people energy of fire, they're very masculine, women and men too, and masculinity is selfish. So because they're selfish, they don't see the borders, So if I will, okay, so ice cream, no, not ice cream. Let's imagine I'm eating a dessert that I like. So I will eat one piece of the dessert, and it would give me the satisfaction. But then I'm feeling like I like the satisfaction. Let me eat another dessert, and I will eat 10 of those desserts in one sitting. Now I will feel sick. So people energy of fire are always like this. Not always, but very often are like this. They are very ambitious. They are very. They want the best. They want a lot of everything. It's like they don't believe in stopping. So, because they don't believe in stopping, this is what happens. They want more and more and more. And how does it start? It starts in childhood. So in childhood, for example, they come to their mom and they want their mom to hug them, to kind of to hold them, and the mom will hug them and hold them. But that is not enough. They want to have this feeling of being loved on and on and on. So what they do, they start kind of they start doing outside actions to impress the mom, to have her hug them for longer, to kind of to tell them how they love them, and that's it. So if you are one of these masculine people, you need to understand that there is no rush in getting the dessert every single. There is no rush to eating all the desserts in one sitting. You can have one dessert today, one dessert tomorrow, one dessert the day after. It's not going nowhere. Understand that everything that you want is always available for you right now, and will always be available again and again and again. There's no time frame. There is no limits. You see, you just start talking to yourself like this. You don't need to rush to get something just because you believe there won't be something like that again and again. It is important. You will understand how much you will stop feeling lack. You see, when I felt lack, that was with me. I always felt like, what if it will run out? Like to the point that at one point I was thinking, what if my luck will run out? What if this romance? I was so much in love with one guy, and I'm like, what if this romance will run out? What if my what if my incomes will run out? And nothing will run out. It's always there. It's always inside of you. Now you feeling that it will run out will basically draw some kind of misfortunes that might cause something like this. Like it was with me in the relationship. I was so afraid to lose the romance that I basically drove the guy away just so that that feeling of lack will not catch me. I was pushing him away with my what if. All right. So the next thing that you need to do, you need to heal your inner child. If you will balance your energy, your inner child will be healed on its own. But since you are maybe new to working on your energy, you might as well start with the inner child healing right now. Why? Because right now your inner child and your inner parent are not really seen eye to eye, especially if you're looking outside how to impress your inner parent inside. You see? So do my meditation. The meditation is important. It's really amazing meditation. It's when you are going with yourself in a lifetime, on a line of your life, and you basically showing the support. It's guided meditation. You don't need to do nothing. Just watch it. Just listen to it and do and see what um, and and see what I'm telling you to kind of to see and to feel. So do that. This is crucial. Then another one, you need to heal your relationship with the mother. Feeling your lack most of the time comes from the lack of love from mom. Usually, I would say 90% of the time, it's always love. I know a few people who were brought up in absolute love, and they were actually they never felt lack, almost never. Yeah. So do heal your relationship with the mother. When I was talking about security, I was talking about healing your relationship with father. So here we are with the mother. Now the same thing you will need to do with your mom. You need to write 50 instances when your mom truly loved you. And here I put over here, usually that comes from lack of love and pleasure. We're chasing that. So you need to write 50 instances when your mom showed like real love. You see, sometimes we're focusing on what our parents didn't give us, and we're forgetting what our parents did give us. You see? And I'm sure if you will dig deep inside your head, you will find a lot of instances when your mom really, really did something for you, that she really showed love, not care, love. For example, you were not feeling well, and your mom came and she was just sitting you. She was I don't know, she was holding you. She was reading for you or something. So something that she really loved. Or for example, you beat up your neighboring child, and your mom was on your side, and she's like, "Good thing that you stood up for yourself." So it has to be love. Something your mom is basically accepting you for just being you, like that. You need to write 50 of those. Again, not care. It's not like I came home and my mom cooked for me dinner. That's good, but it's caring. You see, you need something like I came home and I told my mom, I would so much like a pie, and your mom is just she just loves you so much. She made you a pie. You see, dinner is something she would do regardless, but the pie is something that she did just for you, just because she loves you and she wants to kind of to make you feel special. You see, something like that. The last two is the first one is you need to work on your second chakra, especially if you're a woman. We're usually running after these feelings of excitement and pleasure and the feeling of love and gratitude. So if you are not working on your second chakra, you will never feel pleasure within you. Now, because you don't feel pleasure within you, you are looking for pleasure outside, and that's where the lack comes from. We believe if I have a lot of money, I can get the pleasure. I will start traveling, I will feel pleasure. Now, I will tell you, as a person who traveled for the whole year, you don't find pleasure in traveling. You basically bring in yourself there. So if you don't feel pleasure here where you are now, chances are after the traveling becomes like a routine, you will not feel pleasure either. If you believe if I will have a man, I will feel pleasure, you also might be mistaken. The pleasure will be there while he is something new, but in a couple months you will start feeling again lack, and you will start blaming your man that he's not giving you the pleasure. So you need to find the pleasure inside of you, and this is kind of the healthy way. Some people are looking for pleasure in taking some kind of substances or eating a lot of sugar, something like that. Also, not a good way to substitute. Again, your energy is outside, looking for something to get that pleasure. When if you will just return that energy back to you and push it back to your second chakra, you will have that. Trust me, I have much more pleasure in me if I want to, much more than from eating a dessert, even though I love desserts. But that dessert will not give me as much pleasure as I can generate it in me. You see, so this just proves that outside is not is a very temporary fix, and doesn't bring much satisfaction, especially for too long. So if you are a woman, working on second chakra is a must. Very, very, like, very important. And the last one I put over here, you need to work on your gratitudes. Like, self-love is a good thing, but gratitude would be better. We're feeling lack in our society often because we don't look around ourselves. We always focus on something that we don't have instead of focusing on what we have. And if you will start doing some kind of gratitude journals, like, I have quite a few of them. If you, for example, will write, I told you, I think my last one was I had to write 10 gratitudes for something in this particular day, so they don't repeat. So I don't write all the time. I'm grateful for my apartment. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the moon. You need to always write something different. So 10 gratitudes, and they could not repeat itself. So for today, you can write, I don't know, I'm grateful for this life. I'm grateful for, if I would write, I'm grateful that today is a very sunny, warm day. I'm grateful that the ocean is calm. I hope, I don't know. And like this. So I'm only writing whatever I'm grateful for today. And I could sneak in my family here and there, but it could not be like a constant everyday thing. If you will focus on the gratitudes, you basically bring in the energy back into your aura. It's an amazing feeling, you know. Instead of you looking outside, you looking inside. What am I grateful now? And the energy is just and comes back to you. It is a very interesting feeling, and I would very much want you to do and to experience it. Again, you can't outrun yourself, and if you're constantly running for something, it will be a very stressful kind of life journey, and it will not bring you nothing except for constant run, constant kind of constant disappointment in yourself and in others. So no, basically no. All right, so that's it. If you have questions, do ask. I will recap. I do ask you to send this video to as many people as possible, because a lot of people are having the lack, and it's not a good feeling to have, and it's not easy to socialize with these people. As soon as I feel somebody having this feeling, I already want to distance myself, you see. But I'm Reiki master, I can feel the energy, I can feel their lack from far away. But if I would not feel the energy, I would feel kind of uneasy, you see. People that are never fully satisfied in their life, like always feeling that something is missing, they're not pleasant people to be around. And I have friends like this. It just, I don't socialize with them as often as I would probably socialize with them if they would be more grateful for what they have and more satisfied in life and ambitious without feeling lack, you see. But I understand that they're also suffering with this kind of feeling in their life. So anyways, let me sum it up really fast. So feeling of lack is very common, especially nowadays. We're not secure. We're not as attached to the material world. So it's normal. It's normal to have it. Usually, feeling of lack is basically energy outside our aura. So we're missing the energy inside. We're missing the balanced energy. But but instead of balancing it and focusing on it inside, we like trying to kind of push even more energy outside to look for some kind of fulfillment. Look, I will prove it to you. When you are with your man, when you just start dating and you're with the man, and you like the romance is just blooming, and you just sitting with him listening to the music, or just doing nothing, just cuddling together, you never will start thinking, oh my god, I'm not married, or maybe I should start focusing more on my career or something. You will never do. You're enjoying the moment at that time. At that time, all the energy is there. You're feeling very fulfilled. There is no lack. You see? Or if you achieve something, you also feel it. That's a temporary one, but still. So feeling of lack is not real, really. It's something that happens just because we're missing something from the inside, and inside we're missing the energy. It's always like this, always. Now, lack of energy, so your feeling of it starts usually in childhood when you believe that you need something extra, either material possession or some extraordinary talents or some extraordinary skills to be something that you want to be, for some kind of validation, for some love, for some kind of pleasure, for something. Um, for example, I was it didn't it wasn't my case, but I had a client who was going to school, and she's younger than me, so at her generation, I guess the clothes was very important, and she was trying to dress up as nice as she can, so she was accepted by her peers. And so right now she's grown, she's basically comparing herself, she's collecting all these bags and clothes and everything, but she's still feeling that lack. As soon as somebody has something better, she's already insecure about that. Now, what could be the feeling of lack? It's always something of I'm not enough. Now, for different people, it could be different. So it could be material possessions, particular status, depending again on your society. You see, achievements usually not enough, and constant comparing yourself to them, to either your peers or to societal standards, and how usually it's very kind of um, it's very present in the energy of fire and energy of earth people. Now, how does it usually feel? It's like constant dissatisfaction with your life, constant like the sense of something is missing all the time, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. The inner criticism all the time. Envy, obviously, comparison to others, and some chasing of some kind of emotions, love, validation, pleasure. Now, you will never be able to outrun yourself. So the more you feel lack, the more you will get proof lack. And how to fix it? You need to find the fear behind that particular feeling of lack. You see, I never had the feeling of lack that I should have kids as soon as possible. I never had this. Now, but I do have two friends that believe that they need to have kids before the age of 25. They didn't because they have feeling of lack. So obviously, how are they going to have them, right? But this is their fear. They are afraid that they will not make it in time to have kids. So, like, because they were comparing themselves to the societal standards, I was not. I mean, I had different feelings of lack, but it was never this one. So find the fear behind it. What was the fear? In their cases, the fear was that they would not be accepted. They had both of them had older siblings that had a whole bunch of kids already, and they were like, I'm a little behind. One even had younger siblings that had already kids, and she felt like she was not um, she would not be good enough for the family. You see, for the parents, because the parents love the grandkids and everything. So anyway, so you need to find the fear, and then you need to find the proof that you already have that what you're afraid not to have, that you're afraid to have. So if you're afraid that because you don't have kids, your parents will not accept you as as an accomplished person, find the proof that they do really find you as an accomplished person already. So maybe they really admire you because you have a great career, or maybe they really admire you because you decided to focus on yourself, to travel, to kind of to spoil yourself. Maybe they admire that. You never know. So you need to find a proof. I'm sure there is proof. I mean, no parent will not accept their child. There's no such thing. I mean, at least not inside. So, and or give it to yourself. So, for example, okay, so your parents don't accept you, don't see you as a successful person because you don't have kids, but you accept yourself. You just enjoying your time traveling, shopping, spoiling yourself, and that's it. You don't need anybody's validation. You have your own like that. Remember, then you need to work on energy, balanced life. Energy alignment would be perfect, but you can do it yourself. So working on energy is a must. When you work on your energy, you feel the aura. You will never feel that. Never. I guarantee you that. So you need to basically bring that energy back, and you need to anchor it to something in your body. You need to anchor that loose energy that just runs around. And the anchoring is usually done through gratitude. The more you're grateful, the more your kind of energy just basically comes to this anchor. Remember that this is a pattern. It will take time to change. Don't rush yourself. If you have a lot of masculine energy, you usually are just, you want a lot and you want everything. The same with energy of earth also. Energy of earth is also very ambitious like that when it comes, they're very possessive, they want everything. So remember, you don't need to rush to get everything at once. Take your time. It takes little time to get like, today your partner told you he loves you. That's enough for today. Tomorrow he will give you flowers. That's also enough. Like, be grateful for what you get in this. I don't say that lower your standards. I'm just saying that focus on what you're getting instead of, okay, so he told me he loved me. He bought me the present, but that's not enough. He also should have bought me flowers. Yeah, he should have, but that would not help you. Focus on what you already received from him, and just emphasize that feeling of satisfaction. Do heal your inner child. I always talk about this. This is important. When your child feels loved, the child will focus on its own playground. It wouldn't be looking what are other kids having in their playgrounds. The child will focus on, okay, I love my toys, I love what I'm doing, and other kids will start looking into his playground or her playground because she's so satisfied with whatever she has. So healing your inner child also balances your inner parent and your inner child, so your inner adult can actually live. Important, very important. And then you need to heal your relationship with mother. Write 50 occasions when she loved you, when she didn't care for you, but she did love you. Like, caring is one thing, loving is different though. When she just accepted you were running around and you broke her pot. The pot was her favorite kind of plant in it, and you just broke it. It happens, and you just and she's just like, oh, that's okay. Don't worry. We just need to go and buy a new pot or something. So you see, she loves you. Like, she didn't make a big deal out of it. It's important to write all those instances. Or maybe she protected you from somebody. Maybe some neighbors were telling you how bad you are, and she was like, no, he's absolutely good and everything. Write all those instances. Again, like with the father, it probably won't take you fast, but you will be able to do this. Do work on your on your second chakra. Important, very important. You remember how I said, when you're with the man and you have this romance going, you're feeling absolutely fulfilled. You know why? Because your second chakra is blooming. You're feeling pleasure, and it seems like everything in your life is perfect. So you don't need to wait until you will have a romance. You can have your second chakra. Actually, I will put a video on second chakra here. You just need to you can feel all that without the man being present. I mean, when a man is present, it's great. I'm all for it. I mean, this is a much better experience, but you don't need to wait for a man to give you this experience. You still need to start feeling it yourself. So when the man will come, you will be just just so ready, and he will want to be in your space because you're feeling so amazingly pleasurable. So you just sit and you feel the pleasure and you feel the excitement, and everything just is drawn to you. So you need to work on second chakra, especially if you're a woman, obviously. And you need to do gratitude. Gratitude seems to be like a simple thing, but look, in the world that you are always kind of running, I mean, maybe it's time to kind of to slow down and look around and see how much you already accomplished. Like I told you, I had the journal for the gratitudes. I also had the journal for accomplishments. I was writing, so not to feel like I'm failing. I was not. I obviously was doing, and I had a lot of accomplishments. It just, my mind was always like, I need to do this, I need to do this, and it's like a never-ending cycle. My energy was over there in the some things that I need to do and some new accomplishments instead of here in the accomplishments that are already accomplished. You see, so it's like a very kind of tricky thing. Yeah, it's good to have plans, and it's good to have kind of a to-do list, but it's the to-do list will move much faster if you will focus on what you already accomplished and what is already done. And I will tell you, as the person who also like maybe sometimes an overachiever, some because my Mars is in Capricorn, so I know what it feels. But I know that those feelings will never bring any kind of satisfaction. But now, if I will focus on what I already achieved, then what I want to achieve will come much faster, like that. So that's what it is. All right, I think that's it. I do hope I motivated you. Feeling of lack is never a normal thing. If you think that feeling lack helps you to keep motivated, yeah, maybe. I mean, for a couple of years, and then what? Then you will be burned out. You run and you run and you're chasing the butterfly around the lawn, and all you need to do is just sit and focus on yourself, and your energy will become so sweet that the butterfly will want to be next to you. So feeling your flag is never a good motivation. It's a sick motivation, I would say. It's if that's the only thing that motivates you to move around, I mean, I honestly, it's not right. You need to work on your energy. um, if feeling your flag would motivate me to do anything, I don't know whether I would even do it. I would fight myself as much as I can. And usually that's what happens. People procrastinate because they do it not for the right reasons. You see, you should do something because you like doing something. Like me, I love doing these lives. I like to share information. I like to work with my clients. I would like the only thing that I might not like exactly 100% is energy alignments because it's hard work. But for the most part, everything I do, I like, and it keeps me it keeps me like it gives me profit, and it keeps me happy. It keeps me satisfied, let's say. You see, but if I would be doing something because somebody told me to do, like, then I don't know, will I be happy? I mean, I will be miserable, and everybody around me will be miserable. So that's not the right way to live. um, and you should never really compare yourself to societal standards. As I said before, and again I will say that some people in certain societies something is acceptable, and others it's completely unacceptable. So who knows what is the right standard for you? The right standard is where you feel good, and you will feel good only when your energy will stay in your aura, when it's not somewhere outside chasing and running and looking for something, when it's inside. um, Developing what you need inside. Everything you need is inside. Everything. The security is your first chakra, so that's your energy field for the security, your physical body. Your pleasure, your excitement is your second chakra. Your drive, your actions, your ambitions is your third chakra. Your love, your gratitude, your acceptance, the validation is all in your fourth chakra. Your ability to express yourself, to speak for yourself, to hear, to have this amazing communication with others is your fifth chakra. And your sixth chakra is your vision, so you know where to go. You have plans, you have the vision, you have this kind of the ambitions is your sixth chakra. And your seventh chakra is your connection to everybody else. You see, everything you need, really everything that you're looking for is already in you. Now find it in you. Develop that energy, that particular energy field, and just be happy with everything, and everything else will come. If you need the validation from others, you will develop this validation in you, in your heart. You will work with your fourth chakra. You will get this validation for yourself. You will heal your inner child, and then you will see how fast people will be coming and giving you this validation. You will see, honestly, it's an amazing feeling. Everybody will be coming, and everybody wants to be in your space, and everybody loves you, and everybody just wants to please you, your family, your colleagues, your peers, your friends, everybody. I did this. I told you I was always kind of the one who was kind of organizing my friends, always wanted to see them, and not always was successful. But when I healed my heart chakra, my inner child, I mean, it seems like everybody wants to be with me now. The same, if you need some kind of vision, if you don't know what to do in your life, if you're looking for people who will give you vision, if you are constantly on watching some kind of inspirational videos, and you don't, and you are lost, then work with your sixth chakra, with your third eye, and you will see, you will have the vision. You see, you will be able to kind of to get that vision. You don't need to look for it outside for some kind of ideas and everything like this. If you're looking for pleasure, if you're looking for somebody to give you the pleasure, you're looking for it outside, you're looking for man, you want to get a man that will be kind of giving you this pleasure, I mean, give it to yourself. This is, if you are a woman, this is the easiest thing to give. Give it to yourself, and then you will see man will be like bees. They will want to be with you. They will like be drawn to you because you are such a tasty, kind of delicious flower. They want to feel the pleasure too. They don't have it. So everything you can give to yourself, you have it already in your aura. You're fully self-sufficient person. You don't need nothing outside. You don't need nothing outside. Everything outside is only helping you to develop. Don't look for it outside. Look for it inside. The outside will help you. If you feel like you are loved by everybody, you're accepted by everybody, you will see how fast people will start loving and accepting. If you start treating yourself very nice, people start treating you very nice. It's just normal like this. So feeling your flag is not the way to live life. Obviously, you will be able to run on it for some time. It's like alcohol, you drink alcohol, you feel high, you run on it, and then you crash. You have a hangover. Depending on your metabolism, the hangover could be good or bad. Could be for a couple of weeks, or could be for a couple hours. So, but again, you got that boost. You were running the whole night. You probably were dancing. You're having a good time and everything. But did it last long? No, you crash. So the same with energy. When you're feeling lack, you're motivated, you're running, you're making money, you're investing, you buying yourself everything until at one point you'll be like, what was this all for? I'm still not not loved. Not. I was talking to this guy the other day. It's hilarious. He was like, yeah. So I know this guy from before, and so he's asking what you're doing, and what are you doing these days? And I told him, he knows I have a YouTube channel. I don't know why he asked. So I said, I'm teaching women to be gold diggers. I know this is his pain point. So he's like, it doesn't work like this. I spend so much money on women, and they never give me love or anything. And you see, he was feeling lack. He wanted to be validated. He was spending money on women, not because he wanted to, or he wanted to develop himself as a man, or because he wanted to care for this woman. He wanted to spend to get some kind of validation from them. And they gave him the validation. They took the things from him, and they moved on with their life, because he was not genuine in his pursuit, and they were obviously not genuine in their pursuit. And I told him, look, I mean, it did work. You gave them something, they took something. Seems like a perfect exchange of energy. But you see, he's masculine, so he's somewhat selfish. He believes that because he bought somebody a bag, she's supposed to put her life at his feet. So he's an amazing guy, honestly. Just he has things to work on as well. But he understands this, and this is just how it is for a lot of men, a lot of masculine people. Don't you see? But ideally, at least this is what he said. He wants a family. I don't know whether he wants a family or not. I think he just wants to be validated fully and completely all the time. So, but this is what happens. You can't run on feeling your flag for too long. At one point, you will fall. And I don't want it to happen to you, especially if you're a woman. You have everything inside of you. Just develop it, open it, return the energy back to you. Refresh it all in you, and you will see how much your life will become much more fulfilling, much more pleasurable, calmer, I would say. You would not lose your ambitions. It's just your ambitions would come to you a little differently, you see. But running on lag is no go. All right, so that's it. If you don't have questions, we're going to finish. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. I hope you will enjoy it. On Wednesday, we're going to get together and talk about good hormones, I think. So how to recreate good hormones in life, because for women, hormones are, we do change with the moon every 3 days, and not always for the good. So I think we will talk about that, and next Saturday about self-love. I think this is also an important topic. something on the same on the same subject. Also, I wanted to mention today's Uranus Sun conjunction. Do observe yourself. It's a very interesting day, and see where the changes are coming in your day. Maybe this video found you like not by chance. Maybe you need to hear it and start working on yourself and on your energy, and to feel better. All right, that's it. Bye, TikTok. Thank you for being here with me. Bye, YouTube. Thank you for supporting me. Please just send this video to whoever you think will benefit from it, especially people energy of fire. Don't send it to somebody who is just absolutely satisfied with their life, genuinely, not just not just kind of to impress you. But do please send. There are a lot of people who do suffer, and I wish somebody would send me this video a long time ago when I was kind of having this feeling of lack all the time. So it took me years to kind of to get to the point where I am now. All right, thank you very much. I do appreciate your support, and I will see you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your weekend.